So yeah, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another daily dose of swipe. Yesterday we broke down free plus shipping offer sales letter. I thought it was a bummer because I thought it was an advertorial because the last time I went into this website, the truthaboutapps.com, I found a lot of advertorials, and today we have an advertorial. But yesterday I thought that wasn't advertorial as well, which definitely was not the case. Anyways, if you're watching this, I welcome you to the channel. I'm Samir and I break down long form, short form, all sorts of sales assets so that we can, as copywriters, marketer, I hope if you're watching this, you probably belong to one of those people that we can, use what these people who have, made a lot of money with their stuff. We can synthesize, I'm sorry, we could analyze their stuff and synthesize it into a marketing principle and apply it into our own respective sales assets so that we can convert more clients and actually make them uh, convert more clients and actually make us and our clients a lot of money, right? So yeah, that's what we are all here for. If you know, you know about, if you're in the space, you know that you need to like have the swipe file and something like that. And truthaboutapps.com, I'm gonna be focusing on truthaboutapps.com, and I'm gonna focus on their sales letters. I'm gonna be focusing on their um, emails if I can get any, because as you can see from the layout of the website that this was built way back in the 2000s, probably 2004 5, and but still the sales principles these like don't work today. Yesterday I mentioned a lot about this. I repeated like a couple dozen times about this in yesterday's video as well, that it's these elements, they're not going to actually work word for word, but there are a lot of sales principles into this that still work to this day, right? And we're going to break down all that good stuff, and not we're just not going to like focus on the words because words don't matter. Your number one, let's say higher leverage thing is your traffic, I mean the quality of people you attract, or just find out, because as a hungry traffic buys more than, let's say, a normal traffic, or let's say a traffic in buying frenzy buys more than somebody who is broke. Yes, we need to position it as a need. I'm sorry, we need to position it as a want rather than a need, because what do we really need at the end of the day? We don't need all this stuff, right? We know the bare minimum, we know the basics, what we need to do. But we feel that we need to know everything, and this ever never ending curiosity that we need to satiate this hunger for knowledge, and hence why the info space is booming. And because I'm in the health info space, it's gonna be very profitable for me to break down this stuff as well myself. And that's all I wanted to cover. We always go over the environment of the whole thing. And yeah, as I said, I repeat once again, we need to understand the marketing elements. As I said, one is your traffic, the next is your offer. How good is your offer? What are you promising? What is your promise? The big idea. That thing matters rather than the exact words. Of course, you should not, ignore the words and take it lightly. But if you do not have these two pillars in place, this does not act as a bridge, because what are you actually trying to accomplish here becomes the question. This is the website. I know that it's still up. If you're watching this, I don't know when, but truthaboutapps.com. Just go to the page and study it, handwrite it. I'm probably gonna handwrite one or two of these. At this day and age, I don't think you should waste your time handwriting, but of course, you should spend at least the first couple weeks or month trying to get grab that essence. Anyways, I've printed it out either ways, so maybe one day this might get taken down, but I'm gonna break this down and I'm gonna print out each and every version, so it's gonna be easier. And probably they have like 14, 15, more or less 20, 25 of these websites, which is a great thing for me, because I get a lot of sales assets to break down and more content ideas for me. And the next thing is I'm in the same space, so it's gonna help me a lot. So I'm probably gonna break it down way more, let's say, strategically rather than just skimming through it. Today's one not is it's not gonna be mm, that long like the yesterday one. I could have made yesterday's way longer as well, but I just did not want to waste so much of my damn time. Despite we wasted 1 hour. I wouldn't call it a waste though. Yeah, the environment of the whole thing. I'm not gonna mention this in each and every video. Like starting day DDOS number 25. If you're watching from DDOS number 5, I'm gonna repeat this in every upcoming video. So if you're watching this on DDOS any except number 26, probably, or since I started breaking down the truth about apps.com, I'm not gonna repeat it because it was by John Benson. This whole website was promoted by John Benson and Mike Geary, and I've covered all that stuff in depth in the first video yesterday. So I'm not gonna go on it each and every day. You can just watch the series serially as well. Environment, I'm not gonna talk about this. Same as DDOS number 25. Sorry, 20, 26. I believe it's 26. I'm gonna read it this. So just to give you a brief summary of what the environment is, so Mike Geary and John Benson, who were the OGs during that time, because market was not sophisticated in this period for apps, right? This we're talking about 2005, 6, and between 5 to 10 and 15. And during this time, the online fitness space was booming rapidly. It's still booming right now as well, and uh, market was not sophisticated at all. They were not prone to these kind of claims like lose fat in 30 days, lose belly fat. Nobody was talking to them in this level of depth after, because we had access to researchers and stuff like that. So these people, John Manson, they knew who they were targeting, so they could pinpoint the problems, and they also leveraged scientific data to back their claims, and also like hook the reader. And they printed a lot of money. I believe they John Benson himself is $1 billion copywriter, the guy who literally founded the term, founded VSL, video sales letter, that we all talk about. And they printed a lot, so to break down this stuff would be more useful than breaking down stuff from the average Facebook ads folks, right? So anyways, let's get into this. I'm not going more in depth into the whole environment of the space, same as video number 26, and it's going to be the same in the upcoming videos as well. 3 unique ways that fight abdominal fat. Now, advertorial meaning is just an educational piece that's out there where content, where traffic's going to be driven into. People are going to read it just because out of the curiosity, they think this is something informational. And if you appeal to the curiosity element of of humans, they're going to read it, they're going to consume your content, and it's gonna build up that what do you call it, the frame, the mental frame that they're gonna enter with when they actually click your sales letter, which is this, where you ask them to click, you direct them to another sales letter or video sales letter, and they're gonna buy from there. So whenever one thing I like to point out is, whenever you search, let's say, I don't know where you're gonna get this. Let's say there's a sales letter for a supplement, and you might like Google the supplement and go to the website, and like you might see, oh, there's no sales letter. You see, like they don't like post the sales letter in their website. That's very unprofessional. What they do is they partner up with huge newsletter groups or buy lists, or do affiliate deals and do Facebook ads via different ad accounts, and they direct traffic from there and do affiliate deals moreover, and they direct traffic from those newsletter, because right now in the space, there's compliance issues, and you can make huge claims, but you can do that in somebody's list, and you can promote hard on that list. And so yeah, even though we have compliance issues, we can still do all sorts of stuff on the back end. So there's a front end acquisition, back end um, front end acquisition at low cost, so that break even, they can break even on the ad spend, and back end where majority of the profit and customer retention is done. I hope that makes sense. I'm not mention any complex thing. So let's just break down the whole element of the whole thing. So you'll see this is the bigger picture. This is what actually goes around in a business. And I probably have not even talked about the remaining 50% of the stuff because I don't even know it myself. I'm just new to the game. It's just been 8 months and I'm still a learner. I'm still hungry. I'm still foolish. Enough yapping. Let's get into the video and let's break down why this worked. Okay, traffic was driven into this page as an advertorial. Advertorial is an information piece that people are gonna watch, consume. It's gonna be backed by a whole lot of data and opinions as well, but majority of them are just data, so that people are gonna so SEO optimized. Let's say people are gonna talk about what are the three unique food, what are the foods that what foods help in losing abdominal fat. Apps, we don't use abdominal fat, right? What foods would help me lose fat fast, right? So that is a keyword, right? That is a keyword that you're gonna use. And SEO guys, I don't know the whole SEO stuff as of now, so they're gonna take, I don't know, do some keyword whatever. And um what happens is this page is gonna be directed, I mean, it's gonna come on top of the whole search option, search bar, I'm sorry, search bar, the search page. And people generally click on the first one because it's quite relevant, right? And when they click on this, they consume this content, and after the traffic has been warmed up, as they now can explain whenever, and given these, what I mean to say is, when people read this and get onto the next page, they have entered the next page with some sort of mental frame, right? They now know about the nuances what we talked about. Let's say there's an xenoestrogens. Okay, xenoestrogens. Let's talk about this. If you like educate to them about xenoestrogen, of course they're gonna be excited because you see this is an appealing content, right? It has been framed as an appealing piece of content, and when they read this, they're gonna gain a lot of information. Oh wow, this is new information, new novel information. And when you talk about this, you're providing something new, right? You're inducing something. You're attacking the beliefs. I'm sorry, what the you're confirming their beliefs, or confirming beliefs that pre-existing, and validating the pre-existing beliefs they already had, and just putting it into the sales frame that. And when you actually direct them to another page, they're gonna enter with uh pre persuaded, let's say persuasion, let's say, or pre-sales. They're in a sales, let's say. We can ask them to actually, what do we call it, we can convert them much more better, is what I mean to say. I'm sorry for not getting my point across. Anyways, enough yapping. I've said it like 3 times already. Anyways, now it's enough yapping. Let's break down the entire stuff. 3 unique veggies that fight abdominal fat. Now this was very relevant to the industry back then. I don't know how relevant it is. Of course, this is still relevant, but and the majority of the people still don't know this information. But this was very relevant, and this was like a new information, novel information back then, and they probably printed millions of this, in my opinion. I can't say. I just know. I can just feel because it just is okay. Relevant. First of all, it's very relevant and niche, which makes it very valuable because it's niche content. Nobody talked about it back then. Even now, nobody talks about it. Much more because we're subjected to these kind of content on short form and long form YouTube and stuff. But still, a lot of us don't know, and we can still print money off of this. Meaning, this sales asset could still work to this day. I don't know like how many claims are still valid, what they made or not. First of all, it's very relevant and in niche, and three unique. Okay, it's unique. Yeah, it's specific, ultra specific. Yes, it's ultra. I wouldn't say ultra specific, but it's kind of meh. It's kind of specific, right? Because three unique. Yes, unique is in the term itself. Ultra specific. Yes, useful. Of course, it is. And urgent, um depends, right? Urgent depends on what the pro depends on the reader, because a guy, let's say one of the guys reading this could have his wedding the next month, right? It's, let's say that he is to be married next month, and he has to lose fat fast. So there's a natural urgency. Let's say this is a teenager who is not fat but is kind of chubby and wants to get those shredded abs so that he can impress girls and get a girlfriend, right? So it depends on that. It depends, and people, let's go through the reader's journey, because at this point they already they have some sort of urgency. They want to lose fat fast, because I don't know, they just want the benefit, right? And useful, of course, it's useful. Ultra specific, the three makes it ultra specific, but the more ultra specific could, let's give it a tick. And unique, of course, that's in the unique as well. So let's break it down from a new, easy, safe, weak, and only anybody predictable fast. The reason why we're focusing on this, because majority you spend 80 cents out of your dollar on your headline and the lead itself. So if you don't hook the right reader, stoke curiosity, give some sort of big promise, then you're probably, and grab him by the throat, you're probably gonna lose them and you lost money. So we're gonna put a lot of emphasis on this. Anyways, three unique. Okay, big. Okay, there's a fast element to this. Okay, big. Yes, abdominal fat is a big benefit. Uh, let's start from new. Is this new? Unique, so it's kind of new. Is it easy? No mention, no easy. Okay. Is it anybody? New, easy. Okay. Is it safe? We still don't know it. The headline itself is intriguing enough to get you to read. Let's assume like these are the headline. Three unique vegetables that, okay, this hooks the reader. This just gets you to read a surprising way that a few specific vegetables can actually stimulate the burning of abdominal fat. Okay, by Mike Geary, aka the nutritional watchdog. Okay, now this is safe and predictable, because because um this has been backed by an authority, right? Look at it, the nutrition watchdog, certified nutrition specialist, best-selling author, the fat burning teacher, and the top 101 foods that fight aging. Now you see that he has now positioned himself as an authority, and now it's safe and predictable as well. Now it's all about new, easy, safe, and big. Is it big? Losing abdominal fat is kind of big. It was a huge element, let's say a huge stuff, huge thing back then, right? The craze has gradually reduced, but people still want a six pack. It's not that they don't, but the craze has slightly sophisticated, in my opinion. It just could be my opinion. I don't know about, I cannot speak for everyone, right? Yeah. New, easy, safe, and big. Is it big? Yes. But fast? Nobody talked about that fast element. Okay, so we don't have the fast element. Is it new? Is it only? Okay, unique. Does that only job? Okay, is it new, easy? Easy and predict. Anybody? Can anybody do this? No, there's no mention of that. So new, easy, safe. Safe and predictable. Okay, safe and predictable, because here's the element. And is it big? Of course it is, but is it fast? No mention. So yeah, I don't know how many of those boxes did we actually tick, but you got the essence of it. Okay. I bet you didn't know that there is a specific class of vegetables that contain very unique phytonutrients that actually help to fight against stubborn belly fat. I bet you didn't know. Appealing to the novelness. Is novelness a word? I don't think it's novelty. It's What do we call it? The act of being novel. Let's just find another way to put it. Okay, appealing to the novelness. Oh shit! I just put in that right. This is embarrassing as shit. Appealing to the novel element. Appealing to the novel element of the mechanism. Let me explain that these unique vegetables are, what these unique vegetables are and why they help to burn stomach fat. Okay. This is a um open loop, as in you are bribing the reader to read the bribing the reader to read the whole thing so that he gets bought into the mechanism. I'm going to repeat a lot of mechanism. By mechanism, I just mean like what are they trying to promote? What is the big idea? I just like talking about it as a mechanism because that's is the medium in my opinion. Chemicals that force your body to hold on to belly fat. So another subhead, helps to retain that attention rather than using all a chunky jargon paragraph. Chemicals that force your body to hold on to belly fat. Okay, this is the mechanism in my opinion. Chemicals, right? Something you may have never heard about is that certain chemicals in our food supply and our environment, as pesticides, herbicides, and water pollution can react with the hormone and make your body store excess abdominal fat. Okay, validating your pre-existing beliefs. What I mean by this is that people already believe that they had this conspiracy theory about their environment being so polluted that it's somehow affecting indirectly or indirectly affecting the health. And what they just did is validated that belief. Okay, well, yes. And what this also does is that put them into a yes factor, an assertive, um what do you call it, an assertive state of the brain state. And which means that they are more likely to say yes to the whole thing and actually take action at the end of this. And the next thing is we also put in like build an us versus them mentality, meaning um so all of this is happening. Why are we not informed about this? So the big pharma is the enemy. They don't want us to know this because they are profiting from us versus their mentality. And this is happening subconsciously. They're not mentioned about this, but this is happening subconsciously. You conclude this. You see, so many different persuasive elements are going through this. These harmful chemicals are known as xenoestrogens. So this is the mechanism that I was talking about, appealing to the novel element of the mechanism. So novel element of the mechanisms, that is mechanism is xenoestrogens, but novel element of the mechanism is you did not know about the phytonutrients that are causing you to not lose fat. I hope you got that point. Xenoestrogens are chemicals that are exposed to and are hard, that have an estrogenic excess exposure to that you are exposed to and are hard to avoid in the modern world, and that have an estrogenic effect in your body. Excess exposure to these can cause hormone imbalance disruptions for both men. So if you thought this article was just for the guys, these hormones can wreak havoc in both for the guys and gals. These estrogenic elements that we are exposed to and daily can stimulate your body to store body belly fat along with many including risk cancers. So look at this. Mm, mention the techie stuff, but write it in third grade. Shit. Look at this. They are talking like very, they are going very scientific, right? They are talking about xenoestrogens and chemicals and pesticides and stuff like that. It's a complex topic, but look at the wording they use. It's so simple. They're gonna have exposure, and they're gonna when you're exposed to these chemicals, it's gonna it's gonna have an estrogenic effect on your body. It can get into your hormones. It can imbalance your hormones, and it's gonna happen to both guys and girls. And if you're exposed to it for prolonged periods of time, then you have risk of cancer. It's easy, right? It's not tricky and stuff. When you see copywriters actually making it whole scientific sound whole scientific and stuff, it's just because you want the reader to assume that this guy is somewhat credible to listen to. When you use like nuances and complex terms, you are doing that not to communicate your sales message, but you're trying to prove that you're the authority and you know what you're doing. So yeah, that is also a concluding element that is not available. Let's say not available meaning that is not emphasized here right now here in the copy itself. So mechanism reveal. Let's use the word share. Ah, mechanism. The fuck? Mechanism reveal. So that's this here's where this specific class of vegetable comes in handy. Okay, reframing the headline, because this is what they signed up for. They did not sign up, they did not land, I'm sorry, sign. They did not land onto this page to learn about xenoestrogens. They came here to know the three unique veggies that fire abdominal fat. So when you reframe the headline, you make sure that they're actually getting what they signed up for or they were promised for. You're revealing the tidbits. You're not actually gonna tell the three unique veggies, in my opinion. Yeah, he's not gonna talk about the three. Okay, oh, he is. Anyways, so you're just gonna, bribe them and to keep on reading the whole stuff, and you have to talk about this because they just think like this is another bait and switch tactic. And despite this is a new topic in that specific field, but even it was back then, um, people would still be skeptical because this is another bait and switch method. So one of the cool tricks that I teach my clients that hire me for nutrition counseling is the use of cruciferous vegetables to help fight against positioning authority. Look at it. Now he just told is that one of my clients. Okay, who has clients? Somebody who's worth listening to. Okay, he's somebody's worth listening to. And what he's mentioned, cruciferous vegetables. Oh, what the hell are cruciferous vegetables? I don't know about those. Wow, this guy really knows his stuff. You see, you're building this bridge, you're building this gap between the reader and the host, or let's say the face of the brand. This cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, bok choy, cabbage, etc. contain very specific and unique nutrients such as Indo-3 that help to fight against these estrogenic compounds. And they now are going to talk about the nuances of the mechanism. What are the nuances of the mechanism? I mean, what they happen, why is it what it is, right? And why. And when they talk about these nuances, they're going to reveal a new solution. And when they reveal the new solution, they're going to explain the mechanism of the solution, or and give example, giving meaning these exact food you need to eat. And why do you need to eat this thing? Because they have some nuances to them. What are those nuances? Those are X, Y, and Z. And what do X, Y, and Z do? They counter these stuff that helps us, that these counter xenoestrogens or something like that. Mechanism of the problem, the mechanism of the solution is going to counter the mechanism of the problem. Get the whole sense? So this way it sounds whole on technical, and it's not just another sales message, it's something educational. Get my point? I'm dropping too much sauce. I should probably put this into a paid stuff or something, paid newsletter or something, but I don't care. You can have it all for free. And by fighting against these belly fat stimulating estrogenic chemicals, this is just one more step in helping you to win battle against abdominal fat. And fighting against this, just one more step in helping you. Just another excuse to do what? Help to fight against estrogenic compounds, and by fighting against this belly fat stimulating estrogenic chemicals, this is just one more step in helping you to win the battle against abdominal fat. Am I just dumb, or am I not just? Am I the? What the fuck is this statement trying to say? One more step in helping you to win the battle against. This is just one more step in helping you. So there you go, just another excuse to do what mom always told you, and eat more broccoli and cauliflower. So this is, making it vivid and relatable, because they know that they can imagine their mom telling them to eat broccoli and cauliflower. And the more imaginable, the more vivid you make your sales messages, the more information they're going to retain, and you're going to take over the mental bandwidth. The more mental bandwidth you cover, mental ground, and this way they get more bought into you, and this way you can sell them stuff. I hope that makes sense. By fighting this belly stimulating estrogen chemicals, this is just one more step in helping you. I don't know, does it mean that it's bad, or this is like this is just one step, or this is a whole lot of step, meaning there's so much to this that you probably want? No, I've learned really like to. Okay, let's just skip that part. Let's assume that no, it's just not there, like it does not exist. I've really learned to like Brussels sprouts in the last year or two. Melt a little grass-fed cheese on them and some garlic, and they're great. Nobody likes Brussels sprouts, right? Everybody hates it, and but he's just positioning the bad stuff and trying to make it good and make it sound good, right? Um, what do they call it? Putting lipstick on a pig. That's all the best. That's the best thing I could come up with. But beware, all of this class of vegetables. But beware, what? There's something to this. Whoa, hooked my attention. Okay, but beware. Um, uh, maintains the hook. There, beware. Oh, okay. Now induces that keeps on inducing the whole secrecy, or keeps on inducing the whole let's say a conspiracy theory of it, element of it, let's say. I hope you got my point. Although this class of vegetables may be a super healthy choice for achieving a lean, strong, and energetic body, I've discovered that there are at least 23 popular foods that most people falsely think are healthy, but they actually harm your metabolism and pack on belly fat, including the worst type of milk you should never drink. Okay, now that you know your information, would you like to know more so that you can get more bought into our content, so that we can take up as much as your mental bandwidth and then actually sell you at the end of it based on the information that you've just consumed? Yes, that's the whole big idea of this stuff. Okay, because this has been healthy, I've discovered that there are at least 20 popular foods that falsely think that are healthy, but they actually harm your metabolism and back on, including the worst type of. More intrigue element. Now, because there's like 23, that's specific, right? Very specific, ultra specific. Um, and people are think, okay, they can The worst type of milk? What's the worst type of milk? I don't know what's the worst type of milk. Isn't it? Isn't the ordinary milk we drink cow milk and harm your metabolism? Okay, they're gonna harm my metabolism and pack on belly fat, which is exactly what I don't want because no hell in the world I would read the entire thing and get to this page, get to this, um, get to this. Let's get to this paragraph. Discover what these metabolism harming foods are on the next page. Now you put the reader into a good frame. Now next they're gonna click on this to seek information. They're not getting here to buy something. No, they don't even know that they're getting sold. They're here to seek information, and but they're gonna be sold something. Most def. CTA hyperlink because they nobody clicks button. They just click hyperlinks. The 23 that harm your okay. Reframing what the next page is gonna be like is like in let's say this is gonna be like. Now what I mean by this is, you need to tell them that what the next page that the landing is not filled with a virus or some shit. You just have to handle that objection. It's a slight objection, but it can go a long way. You need to go that extra mile for this. So yeah, that's all there is to it. I hope this was a good breakdown for you. How long I can access to this? I don't know. I hope you can. Anyways, hope you got value out of this. We're gonna break down the next news sales letter that's gonna come up, and it's probably gonna take an hour or two, but I have time. We're gonna do a 2 hour breakdown tomorrow, in my opinion. And if you thought this was valuable, I don't know when you're watching this, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, maybe never. But if you're actually watching this, comment something, man. Comment. Show some love to your boy. And okay, so we're 37 minutes in. Yesterday was 1 hour, 5 minutes. Tomorrow's gonna be 2 hour long probably because that's a whole vast sales letter. I'm getting way lazier these days. I should be handwriting this stuff once or twice at least. At least one sales letter. Hmm. Anyways, DDOS number 27 probably. Signing off. See you on the next one.